Chicago. So, you know what? We're learning today.
I'm sure it's gonna be fine.
I think it'll be fine. She has internet, you know?
Why don't I get fucking text messages on here? It's stupid. All right, hold up.
All right, Twitch looks good. YouTube is back to hating on us. They're taking a minute. What's up, everybody? If you're tuning in on Twitch, thank you for being here.
What a pro welcoming people to the stream.
Hey, it's the least I could do. And YouTube is live. I want everybody to know I'm shooting from a new studio today. And I just got back in town, so we're figuring out some stuff. But it looks good. I think we're all right.
Dude, we're competing against Kendrick Lamar's show, his pop-up show.
Dude, he's going to be suffering. He's going to know. He's going to know.
There was a spike at 7:30. And let's see.
What is he doing? What is Kendrick doing?
He's doing like a live show.
Is that what those people were wearing the T-shirts for? Not like us. Dot
I
killed
guess so.
whatever or something. I saw a post about it. I was like,
Okay.
okay.
He's doing like. Oh, it's Juneteenth. I guess he did it for Juneteenth.
Oh yeah. How could I forget? I went to the bank today to try and get some quarters. They were closed, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And I saw the sign. I'm like, "Oh shit." Yeah, that's right.
All right, you ready, dude?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and record, and we are going. Dude, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. My name is Mark,
And I'm Vic.
and we are To Live and Talk in LA. You're back, dude.
I'm back, dude. I'm glad
How
to
does
be
it-
back.
How does it feel to be back in LA?
It feels nice. I'm already. I took a shower. I walked out my door, and I was just dry. It felt so nice. I was not sticky. I just got used to being sticky for a week, dude. It's humid out there.
Oh, it's humid out there.
It's humid as fuck, dude. It's really humid. And it's pretty hot. It was like 90 degrees and it was humid. I got to tell you, my skin felt great all week. My hair was lush. Everything, you know what? Like for my body, my ears felt good, my nostrils felt good, but I was sweating. Also, pro tip, I didn't have to iron all week and my shirts looked like pressed. Really nice.
Can you turn up your audio, by the way?
Oh, yeah, sure.
That will be helpful for me. Because, damn,
Like
dude,
my-
new studio, and it just changes you, dude.
It'd be like that, dude. I just turned it up a little bit.
Oh, it's perfect.
All right, cool.
It's perfect.
Well,
So we announced it last week. You were in the Chi-Town, aka Sin City. I think that's what they call it. The city that never sleeps, Chicago, dude.
the Windy City. That's another one they call it. That's right.
Oh.
Big Chi-Town.
So I have a lot of questions, but how about you tell the story that you want, and then I'll ask questions along the way because I am so curious because I've never been to Chicago. I've been wanting to go to Chicago.
Okay. Well, you know what? I have too, because as you know, my girl's from Chicago, and she's always telling me all these fond memories she has, and this and that. I was like, all right, let's get it, dude. And I gotta tell you, 10 out of 10. Love the city. Just from the top, I really like it. I really liked it, and I was like, oh man, I'm an LA guy, but this is pretty nice. This is a good alternative city, I would say. It's really clean, which I love. Like even in downtown, like the heart of downtown, it's like clean. There's no trash on the streets. It doesn't really smell bad. There's like homeless people, but they're kind of like out of the way. I didn't even feel sketched out at all. Not even once, dude.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
You didn't have to do the Allen Iverson step over to the Tyronn Lue?
No. I took
no.
the trains.
Okay.
The train was so nice and clean. I was like, am I on the wrong train or what's going on? Because like people were telling me like, oh yeah, careful. Like, I did see like a couple like crazy like, unhoused people on the train, but they were kind of minding their business. He was sleeping. He was just like this. He was sleeping with his ass cheeks hanging out, and he was just sitting there on the train, dude. Just and he was in rough shape, but it was fine. The food was really good. I love having actual public transportation. We took the train into the city every day. Took like 30
Hmm.
minutes. I was just chilling on my phone playing games or whatever. It was great. I had a hot dog, awesome barbecue there. It was dope, dude. That's kind of just the overview. I mean, I can get into stories, but just, I would say in a nutshell, great city. Truly.
I'm a big tourist guy. I like to do touristy things because if I'm in a place like when I went to
Yeah.
New York, I went to see the Empire State Building. I went to Rockefeller.
Yeah.
I did all these things. Did you do any touristy things?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like the ones that was interested in, and there was a few touristy things that like we wanted to do, but also like I wanted my girlfriend to enjoy the trip and not just be like taking me around to places all the time because like all her best friends are there. She hasn't seen in a while. Like her
Hmm.
family's there. Her cousin, everybody's there. So it's like, it was kind of a mix. Like the first 2 days she and her best friend were kind of just like driving me around, just like showing me all the buildings. Like I used to work there. There's a Trump Tower. There's the radio tower. There's the tallest thing here. We went to the Bean. We saw, which was surprisingly under construction. I got to tell you, we got out into the city the first day, and I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna try this barbecue place called Green Street Smoked Meats, and I was like stoked. Okay, and then we get there, and there's a sign that says, "Oh, closed for a private event." I'm like, "Damn, dude!" And then that same day, the Art Institute or the Art Museum was closed, and the Bean was closed, and I'm like, "Am I cursed?" Like, it felt like a bad omen when I walked up to the barbecue place and it was closed, and I was a little worried.
Mhm.
But anyway, we go to this barbecue place, and we pivoted, and we went to somewhere called Au Cheval, which is like on all the top burger lists in America, like the best burger.
Yeah.
And I had to have a burger, dude. Uh,
You gotta.
it
You
was
gotta.
so fucking good. It started the week off very strong.
Okay.
Before I even got to the burger place, I was turned because we stopped into a bar to wait. You had to wait to get into that place. And I went to the bathroom and I came out and they had a shot of Malort waiting for me, dude.
Yeah, dude. I love
Yeah,
that.
they did. That was another touristy thing that I thought was
Uh-huh.
kind of we had to do, right? I had that on
Did
my
you say
list.
did you mention you wanted to do Malort, or was it a Chicago thing, or how did that happen?
So I'd heard about it on another podcast like a long time ago. I used to listen to this like a trivia podcast that they do in Chicago, and called "Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me." It's actually pretty fun. Anyway, and somehow it came up that Malort was a Chicago thing, and then her cousin was like, "Oh, when you come down, we got to do a shot of Malort," and I was like, "Ah,
Hmm.
shit, all right." And anyway, they didn't even give me a chance to prepare myself because I came out of the bathroom, and they were like, "All right, here it is." And I guess they do something
Hmm.
called like a Chicago handshake or something. I might be getting that wrong. And it's a shot of Malort, and then they give you like a local Chicago beer to kind of
Oh,
chase
okay.
it.
Yeah.
And that's like the way to do it. So I did.
That's cool, dude. I'm jealous. I knew about Malort because here in LA we have the Heidi and Frank show, and they
Mm,
do Malort as like a punishment when they do challenges.
it's bad.
And I learned from that show was that drink was made because of prohibition.
Mm,
And because it tasted so bad, they're like, "Oh, this has to be medicine. It's not alcohol." They let
I
that
believe
stay
it.
in rotation and sell it because it tastes really bad.
Apparently, it's like what they make absinthe out of, but they like distill it differently or something. So it's very
Mhm.
close to that. Let me tell you, I usually am. You've seen me take shots, and I kind of take shots like a wimp. Like I do like 2 sips,
Yeah,
and
you
I kind
do.
of make
Yeah.
faces or whatever.
Mhm.
I smelled it, and I was like, "Whoa, I gotta knock this shit back in one go,
You
dude,
can't
because
sip
it's
it.
so
Mm-mm.
fucking bad."
Yeah.
And it was, and I drank it, and it's like, it didn't really, it wasn't that bad at first, but then it's like once it coats your whole throat, it's like it feels like you just sucked on a Sharpie. Like it was so bitter and like chemically tasting. And I actually got it on video. I don't know if she didn't send it to me. I'll get it. But yeah, the Malort was pretty rough, dude. But I had a really good buzz going actually. Once we got to the place, because my girlfriend didn't finish her shot of Malort, so I got to take one and a half, and I took that buzz to the burger place.
Oh, give
Yeah,
back your Chicago card.
I know.
If you can't finish the Malort shot, are you really from Chicago?
I was like, "You're giving away your street cred right now, babe," but it's okay. It was actually not as bad the second time. But yeah, Malort, you got to try it next time you go, or if I'm there with you, because I'm definitely going back to Chicago. I loved it.
Hmm.
We'll do one together if I'm
Yeah,
around because it's really something to do.
dude, I'm down.
Hmm.
I want to make that happen.
You'll never forget.
Like, there's like, I guess the Chicago questions I have for you is, I mean, food related for sure, but
Yeah.
it semi food related. I've been watching The Bear a lot, so that's been my Chicago intake for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Is Chicago like The Bear? Is everyone calling each other cousin? So is your girl's cousin actually your cousin, or are they ironically calling each other cousin?
That is a great question. So all of her cousins that I hung out with are actually her
Mhm.
cousins. And I got to tell
Okay.
you, I didn't hear anybody say cousin. Nobody called each other cousin. And I was kind of like, what's going on here? Like, am I in the
What the
wrong part of
fuck, bro?
town? Yeah, what the hell? Every time I tried to say cousin, people were just kind of like, hmm. They just kind of looked at me like, okay. Maybe because I was wearing an LA hat the whole time,
Yeah.
because I had to represent, dude. But not a lot of cousins floating around there. And the bear did deceive me. I will say the bear did a good job of like depicting the city and kind of showing you what it's like driving around and sort of. They did not show you how bad the traffic was. The people were insane over there, and there's no lights. Well, there are
Hmm.
some, but it's like a lot of the intersections in the downtown area. There's no lights. It's just like there's not even stop signs. It's just like 5 lanes go into across each other, and people just figure it out, and it's madness. I saw a car accident.
You did.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, and people
Oh
honk
man.
constantly over there. You seen like those videos of India where people are just constantly honking all the time?
Hmm.
That's what it was like. We drove with her friend Alyssa. She's dope. Love her. She was so cool to me. But I got to tell you, we were driving around for the day, probably like 4 hours driving around. She had to have honked like 30 times at least. Like just hitting people with it, dude. It's pretty funny. We did not go to the bear place though, Mr. Beef, because it was in a different part of town, and it's like it's funny because I'm so used to just like driving everywhere and just dealing with it. But people there are a little sensitive to like going across town and dealing with it. Like they're like they don't want to kind of. So we were doing stuff that was kind of convenient. I did get an Italian beef sandwich, but it was just dude.
Um,
I don't want to
the
sound like a
closest
hater.
the closest thing, and maybe you can fact check this with your girl, or like ask if this is a true representation of Chicago, is Portillo's.
I went to Portillo's. That's where I got my Italian beef.
That's where, yeah. So
That
it's
place is cool.
I've had Chicago people tell me like this is a good representation because it's actually truly from Chicago.
Yeah. Portillo's is crazy, dude. You go in there and it's like
Hmm.
they sell a bunch of stuff. They have a cake shake. They have a cake that has mayonnaise in it. That's what we got, and it's pretty good. But I got an Italian beef, sweet and spicy peppers. I had them dip it. That sandwich came
Hmm.
out wet, bro. That thing was like stuck to the paper, but this is how
Yeah.
you do it, is what I
Hmm.
hear. So I ate the whole thing. That's why I'm saying like it wasn't bad. I ate the entire thing. I did not leave one drop. Okay,
Yeah.
but it was just not like when you see the bear and you see him cutting that beef and it's all like artisanal. It's like,
Hmm.
damn, this looks really good.
When
Yeah,
when I've gone to places like Texas and Arizona, it really, the food selection really stands out to me, and I've heard this too from like other places when people who are from other places. It's not very health conscious.
mm.
So like Portillo's is Portillo's, which is beef sandwich,
Hot
and it's
dogs,
just
yeah,
beef
burgers,
hot
yeah,
dog. There's
yeah,
like not really a healthy option, and I'm kind of used to like a vegan and gluten free option being from LA, and you're like,
yeah.
not that I'm eating off that menu, but I'm just used to having those options. Those places like you have what you have, dude,
Well,
and you eat this.
I will tell you. So actually, I don't know if this is since you've been to Portillo's or if they're just it's a new year, they're updating. Uh, they did have like a vegan option because we went with two of our friends. We
Mhm.
met them there, and both of them have like dietary restrictions of different kinds. One of them I think it's a religious thing. The other one I think she just chooses not to. And so they both got salads and garden dogs and fries with
Whoa.
cheese and cake shakes. So they were still living it
Okay.
up in their own way.
Okay.
Me and my girlfriend, we just got the normal beef stuff, but they did have those options. I will say
Mhm.
it's funny because every time we were gonna meet with someone, they're like, okay, excuse me, they're like, we should get deep dish pizza, or we should go for Italian beef sandwiches, or we should go for like hot dogs. And I was just like, damn, are you guys gonna be okay? Like, I'm used to eating like a garbage person, you know. I just eat everything. But I was like, I was worried my girlfriend was gonna tap out because we were just eating just like juicy stuff. You know, everything was kind of heavy, and
Hmm.
I was into it. Someone in the chat, Acapulco, was asking. I heard Chicago beaches are paved concrete. This is true. We went out to the lake. So Chicago is up against this big ass lake, right? Lake Michigan, I think it is. And it's huge. You can't even see to the other side of it. It looks like an ocean, has waves and everything. But when we walk to it, it's just like a hexagonal concrete like shelf, and it's
Hmm.
like tapping back in here, and yeah, it's a little strange. Like you just jump in and then you have to climb a ladder to get back out. There was no sand. I think there is sand in some places, but most of it's like miles of concrete. It was different.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Damn, cousin.
Damn, cousin, for real. We also went to the aquarium, second biggest aquarium in America. Um, I thought it
What
would
would you
be
brand
bigger.
yourself as that? I'm not gonna be the second best.
Still pretty big, dude.
I mean,
You
yeah,
know?
I believe you. It's big, but why would you go on the record and say
Yeah.
we are the second biggest aquarium?
I don't want to be number two.
I don't want to
That's
be number
true.
two.
Well, what if you're
What the
like the
hell is that?
second fastest man in America? Would you tell people like I'm still pretty damn fast? You know?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Okay, so
Hmm.
um, when you were travel, I guess that did you have any issues traveling, flying like on the plane? I don't know, like because I didn't ask you any questions about. I asked you like maybe two or three things when you're gone because when you're out of office, you're out of office. I respect
I
the work-life
appreciate that.
balance.
Yes,
That's
thank
what
you.
I do. But the question I have is, were people like wilding out in the airport when you were flying? Because when I flew from Burbank, it was such a quick flight.
Yeah.
It was just 1 hour, so like it was in and out. I don't know, like, did you have any issues with other travelers, or was there any issues on the plane?
So I had no other issues with other people. We did have some issues with the airport staff. I think the reason that the people were so checked out is because our flights were very early in the morning. So when we left, we flew out at 5 o'clock in the morning. So we had to get up at like 2:30 in the morning to get ready and leave our house, which is
Mhm.
unheard of. Hey, Seth in the chat, one of my Chicago homies. Can't hate on the beef, bro. You know what? I'm not trying to hate. It was pretty good. Anyways, I'm glad to see him here. That's cool. Um, oh, so we didn't have trouble on the plane because everybody was so groggy. They were just kind of zombies. You know, we were just in
Mhm.
line, just getting kind of mushed around. But I will say we did have some run-ins with the staff. So we were waiting in line. You know, you're used to long lines in the airport. So we're in line to check our bags. And this lady comes up. She's like, "Hey, there's no line if you go outside. You can go outside. Just go right now." And she
Mhm.
looked legit. She was wearing like airport clothes. So I'm like, "Okay, cool." So me and like 10 people, you know, brave souls who were willing to abandon our place in this other line, the big line,
Yeah.
went
Mhm.
outside to check it out. Okay. And we go and we talk to this dude, and it's like some sky cap little umbrella thing. And he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, he literally was talking like that. He's like, "Hey, what's up? What do you want?" I'm like, I heard we can leave our bags here. There's no line. He's like, "Yeah, okay. Are you going to tip?" And I'm like, "What? What do you mean? I'm just here because the lady told me there's no line." And he's like, "No, this is a tip only service." And I'm like, "Oh." And then it was awkward.
Whoa.
And there was a lady behind me. She's like, "Well, she didn't tell us anything about that." And the guy's like, "Yeah, okay, fine. I guess I'll take your bag. But like now you know, don't ever do this again." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So we're walking back. We leave our bags. We cut the big line. It was great. And we walk back and we see the lady that told us to go outside. And my girlfriend goes up to her and says, "Hey, ma'am, just so you know, that other line is not free because you told." She's like, I told you it wasn't free. You weren't listening. I told you." And I'm
Oh.
like, you know what? I don't care. Let's just leave. Okay. And then we're getting into the section where you take your shoes off. You know, you put all your stuff in the bucket and push it through. And do you usually take off your hooded sweater when you get to that part? What do you think?
I,
What's your
dude,
recollection?
I run hot, so I
Yeah.
don't even wear a sweater to the airport.
Okay.
I go in a t-shirt, so
Yeah.
I don't have that issue, but I have other issues I run into over there.
Okay, so
Hmm.
I was actually wearing this sweater. I washed it since then, but I was wearing this sweater, and just so that people know, and we put it in the bucket, and he's telling us, "Oh, you got to do this, whatever." I'm taking my stuff off, and then he snatches the bucket, right? And he tells my girlfriend, I bet you thought you were gonna go in there without taking your sweater off. And we're like, what's your problem, dude? Like, I don't know. It's 5 in the morning. We're just getting a lot of sass. It was
Mm-hmm.
okay. The people were fine. We checked in early. Um, but I just feel like those airport workers were just not being very friendly, dude. On the way back
Yeah.
too, they were being kind of like snippy with people, and I'm just like, what's going on? I don't know you.
On the way back, you mean the Chicago
The
people
Chicago
were
ones
being
too.
snippy?
hmm She was just
Um.
repeating the same thing over and over, just louder
Mhm.
to these people that
Yeah.
didn't speak English. And I was
Mhm.
like, kind of getting pissed off, and I was gonna tell her like, you know, that's fucking rude, right? Like just saying the same thing and waving in their face like this, and just saying like, what is going through your head right now? But I was
Yeah.
so
My
tired
favorite
that I didn't do it.
when people don't speak English, people will default to talking louder
Yeah,
as a way to help you understand. It's like I'm not deaf, motherfucker. Like they don't understand English, not their
yeah.
first language or at their any of their languages.
They were
But
just
that's
trying to
besides
find
the
a
point.
seat, and she's like, "We don't assign seats. We don't assign." And I'm like, "Okay, chill." Anyways, but otherwise,
Well,
it was okay. Okay
I,
flight.
the one thing I like about checking into an airport at TSA is standing in the Power Ranger tube.
Mm,
That makes
mm,
me feel kind of cool. When I go through it, I put my hands up like AJ Styles, and they even do the thing, and I just say, "Okay, here you go." It's I
yeah.
do the little scan thing. That's my only favorite thing about the check-in line because it's a fucking this should be taught in schools, quite honestly, which is the drill of taking off your shoes and your belt
Yeah,
in a line. Especially because like I'm not wearing my Yeezys, which slide on and off. I'm wearing my Jordans, and like I
of
have to
course.
unlace them and then put them off. Then I got to take off the belt. Then I got to take off the hat, and then I take my watch, and I have to open the bag. If I bring my iPad, it's 90 steps. It's 90 steps, and it's
Mm,
never the same when you go to a different place. It's always different. So
yeah.
when you start taking off your shoes in some place, like, oh, hey, hold up, dude, keep your shoes on, and it's like, what the fuck? So I have to go through this drill of taking all my shit off, and I'm practically having my pants around my ass,
Mm.
and it's annoying. And the only solace in that is I standing in the Power Ranger tube. That makes me feel better.
It's fun at least. Yeah, they saved the fun
Yeah.
part for last. I will say, it doesn't sound like you're making it any easier for yourself by being fully kitted, right? Because I was like, I took off my sweater. My Vans just come off. The
Mm.
laces are just for
Yeah.
looks. So they just pop off. And I chucked my phone in there and I just walked through the thing, you know?
Like your belt, your hat, your
I was wearing
computer goes
sweats,
into
dude.
a different fucking bin,
Yeah.
and you're just like, I don't know what's going on, dude. And you're in a rush. You're not prepared for this because I don't fly all the time, so I'm
Yeah.
not really mentally prepared for this.
Yeah, and then
And I just
TSA
go
is
in
looking at
there.
you like you're a dumbass anytime you do something
You're,
wrong. I hate
yeah,
it.
like look at it. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Look at this fucking idiot, not even knowing how to operate in this line. I'm like, bro, I don't know because I don't do this, and it's super annoying,
My
and I hate
girlfriend
it.
got in the wrong line for 1 second, and the guy's like, "Don't stand here. Go stand where everybody else is standing. Single file." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay, dude." I feel like I just am constantly saying that. All right, take it easy. Everything's fine. TSA.
Chill. I also
So
wanted
sad.
but the plane ride was pretty chill because it wasn't a red eye, but it was a super early eye, right?
It was super early eye, which personally I think is worse than the red eye. If I could just stay up and just go straight to the airport, I'm chilling, dude. Okay. If I have to go to bed and then wake up at 2:30 in the morning, that I don't like as much because I'm in like that's breaking my REM cycle. You know what I mean? Then I'm being crankster, cranky.
Mister Grumpy Pants over here, dude.
I was being a total curmudgeon at the airport. I don't even care.
Well, the reason why I mentioned this is because USA Today has the 5 states with the worst and best travelers airplane etiquette. And I don't know if you do this. Maybe you can walk me through and
Yeah.
uh, let me know if you're an offender of this.
Okay.
Actually, what do you think is bad etiquette to begin with?
At
Like,
the airport
what are
in
things that you
general,
see at the airport, like from other travelers? And it's like, this sucks.
I think it's just like basic information, like when people put the wrong stuff in their bags, or like their stuff doesn't fit. Like, why are you bringing this weird ass size bag here? And then you're gonna have to fight with the people, Like, just keep it simple, dude. You know, no fireworks, no guns. Take your electronics out of your stuff. Put it in the thing. Like, let's take it easy here. And also, like, people who are like, you know what drives me nuts? This is a separate tangent, but I just remembered. People who stand up as soon as the airplane lands. Where are you gonna go? We're all stuck here, dude. I was at the back of the airplane when we got back today, and I swear to fucking God, there's people just like standing, like there's like 150 people in front of us, and they're still standing, and I'm like, what are you doing? And my girlfriend says, well, maybe they want to stretch their legs. I'm like, just wait 5 minutes and then go stretch your legs on the way out, dude. You're
Yeah,
cooking up
you
the
can stretch
place.
it. Yeah. I
Sorry, you go
always
on. Yeah.
no no no. I always quietly try to start the applause for the when they land a plane. I think it's the most cringe shit ever.
Oh my God.
But I try to start it to create. I was like, oh, you know, like the slow
Yeah.
clap guy in the movies, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, maybe if I get a sneak in a clap or two, people will start to do it because it always makes me laugh. It's fucking embarrassing when people clap. I don't like that. That's kind of super lame.
I saw a movie while I was there, and my girlfriend clapped at the end, and she started a clap, and everybody else started clapping at the end of the movie, and she looked at me like, "Wow, it worked." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Holy shit, you did it!"
She was levitating for you because no person should have all that power, but she did at
I
that
was
moment. She.
really impressed. Yeah,
um, do you put your phone on airplane mode?
absolutely. I'm not trying to
You
crash
do?
this thing. What the hell? They even give you free Wi-Fi now. It's like, hey, you want Wi-Fi? You can just sign in.
Yeah.
But then you have to pay for like more data or something. I don't really know. But I'm just playing Sudoku, and I'll have you know, from the beginning of my flight last week to today, I have ranked all the way up to master on the Sudoku app. So
Mm.
I'm not a joke. The only one that's left is like Insanity or something, and I'm making my way. But that's all offline, so I'm good
I
to
don't,
go.
like, does it really matter if you put your phone in airplane mode or not? Because I know like they've told us this in the past, but I feel like
What's it
just
really gonna do?
playing the odds,
Yeah,
I would say about 70% of the people do not put their phones in airplane mode.
right.
They don't. So by that's like, do we really need it?
Do you think? I mean, what if the pilots are just fighting against all those cell phones? Right? They're like the plane is really squirrely because there's all these phones on in the back, like messing it up.
Mhm.
They do mention it. They also say anything that has like weighs more than 2 pounds and has a battery, you got to turn it off or put it on airplane mode. So there's like some specificity there. I don't know what it is about it being 2 pounds. Um, but I turned my phone off. My phone doesn't weigh 2 pounds, and I still turned it off or put it on
Yeah.
airplane mode. I think that's good etiquette.
I'm gonna stop doing it. I feel like it's not an issue anymore.
Don't do it on a Boeing plane because you're asking for it.
I mean, airplane mode is the least of its issues.
Better be something else.
Dude, you better be careful, dude. There's a hit list of people who have been whistleblowing.
And now they're already. Do you see that report on the news? They're like, yeah, we know some of them are dying. Like, I don't know. It's like, what? You can't say that. That's nuts.
What are you gonna do? See, why y'all starting the
whistleblow?
pod during Kendrick's concert? We wanted to take a hit to Kendrick and let him know that we're in LA too. So
Want to get
we're
on
out
his
here.
radar.
Yeah, let him know that there was a spike at 7:30 to 8:30 live on Twitch. That happens every Wednesday night. He knew.
Don't write any
Don't-
songs about us though, Kendrick.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get crucified.
You knew. You knew damn well what was going on, Kendrick, and you still did anyway. Shame.
Did you see he showed up to the Compton Community College graduation? That was sweet.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He just like randomly showed up, and everybody's like, "What?" Everybody starts losing their stuff. You know, Kendrick walks in the room.
I didn't know there was graduations at community colleges.
I didn't either. It's like, I feel like
I didn't know that.
why? I mean, I guess it's a moment. It's nice.
I mean, like, yeah,
nice
I
for
don't
them.
want to I don't want to shit on people's moment because that's their moment.
That's true.
I just didn't think it was gonna happen.
Yeah,
Like,
I
did-
thought community college was like tight on budget and stuff. Like they have a ceremony every year.
Mhm.
What's gonna happen
Do
in the
graduate-
computer lab? You know,
And graduations suck too.
it's always so freaking hot.
You know what I think to combat the heat, and I've talked about this before, and it's always been a thought, is if you attend a graduation, because that's hard work to attend a graduation and sit through, because you're there to see one person.
Yeah.
out of 793 people, if you're lucky and it's that little of people, there should be a random drawing to get an honorary bachelor's degree if you stay the whole graduation.
I'm okay with that.
Like,
Do you think that would
yes,
incentivize people enough to stay though? Because
to
they
stay, yeah.
hate it.
People get the fuck up and leave.
They
You
do.
know, it's like, hey, you need to be respectful. We need to make sure that Aaron Anderson gets the same love as Zedediah Zwick, right? So you don't make sure that everyone gets their love.
Yeah.
In order to do that, we're gonna incentivize you guys. You guys will get a honorary bachelor's degree, and you can choose it. Maybe not the medical field. I'll give you that, but you'll get a bachelor's degree for staying.
Give them like
I
a
would do
bachelor's
it.
of arts or something. That's fine.
As someone who is on the honorary probation list, you know, because I wasn't born into it, I earned it. I would appreciate a bachelor's degree if I could just be given to it for staying at the graduation. I'd go to every graduation till I won.
I fully support this idea, and I'll tell you why. I have a story.
Okay.
So
Hit
when
me.
I graduated high school, okay,
Mhm.
this was in Palmdale. It's pretty cold in Palmdale when you graduate high school. I don't know what month it was, but it was cold, okay, and it was pretty windy. And so we're out there, you know. It took a while, and the graduation ceremony ends, and you know everybody like floods the area, and they're all finding their family and taking pictures and stuff. And I walked up and down the field, didn't see my people. I'm like, oh, that's weird. I walked down the other way. I checked everywhere. They were gone, dude. My family left, and they
Your
didn't
family
fucking text me, dude. So I'm taking pictures with my friend's family like a orphan, you know. And honestly, I was pretty sad, dude. I was actually sad. And I think my family, they know me, and nothing really bothers me or phases me. I think they're like, he doesn't give a shit. It's fine. Because I 90% of things, I don't really fucking care. It's fine. But in that moment, I was pretty freaking sad, dude. And I went home, and I was just like, what the fuck, guys? Where is it? Where did everybody go? And I was so upset. And I never forget it, dude. And sometimes I still give my parents a little bit of shit for that, for just leaving. Because it's like,
Yeah.
I'm your only son. And they
Yeah.
left, dude, you know? So I think it's very important to anybody here who's watching the show, stay till the end is
Yeah.
what we're asking.
I'll give you. I will take that sad moment and I'll raise you on a
Please.
sad moment. Middle school graduation.
Ooh.
My mom and dad obviously were going to go, and I said, you know what? I feel like I want to wear this for my graduation under the gown. It was white pants and a white button up or something. It was all white, and my mom didn't like it. And we fought about it. And, you know, I was like in middle school. I was like, what do you mean we're going to fight about, like, I want to wear this. And she said, if you wear this, I'm not going to go. And I called her on her bluff, and she didn't go.
Wow.
I know.
Damn.
That was
that's
weird,
tough
dude.
love, dude.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, it taught me, after I fought through that, you know, neglect. And I came to terms with it, obviously, you know.
Yeah.
But like, it taught me she stuck to her guns.
Yeah,
She
she was
she
not
did
bullshitting, dude.
she did not have any idle threats. She said, if you dress like this and you look like the guys from O Town, I am not going to your graduation. I said, bet.
Try me.
I will see you there. And I looked up in the crowd, and it was like it was like the movies. You know, when a parent doesn't show up to a recital, that one seat is always empty, and they
Yeah.
know that was my mom.
You looking at that empty seat and a single
And
tear.
there was an empty seat, and I was like, that was my mom's seat. And
Dude.
she didn't go.
That explains what's wrong with us, dude. You know, our parents just missed our big moments,
Oh, dude, yeah, we're fucked.
and we still remember this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, hey, someone in the chat, white pants and shirt is nice.
Yeah, I mean, I could be like, that's my memory of it. I just remember her not liking it, and I feel like I can think of a picture of me wearing it, and she just wasn't down with it. She thought I looked like an idiot.
I'd like to
And
ask
my
mom,
mom-
what the hell? Maybe she just like, maybe it reminded her of something, or maybe you just really looked bad in white and she was looking out. I don't know, dude. It's hard to say. I'm
Yeah.
curious.
It's probably because you could see my G string through it.
I think so. Have I ever told you about my white suit baptism story?
No, we did not.
So I was baptized in a white suit,
Mhm.
all white Nike Cortez and everything. And we had a party after. I'm gonna keep this story nice and short and sweet. And we had a party, big ass party to celebrate, as Mexicans do.
Mhm.
And I crapped my pants, and the white suit, the white suit was ruined. Okay, probably fucking ruined the party too. I don't know. I don't remember. And then the next day, I walked out into the front yard to play in my new white Nike Cortez, and I stepped in dog shit, dude. So that's why I don't wear white anymore. All
Yeah.
white is bad.
Mhm.
It's cursed for me. I can't do it.
That's funny, dude.
Something bad's gonna happen.
You just you shit your pants,
I
dude.
shit my pants. I was like 5 years old. It's like there was too much good food, dude. There's a taco guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you got baptized. That was just the evil spirits leaving your body. Your body was rejecting it.
I think you're right, dude. That must be it. It felt bad. I mean, but the next day it was all good. We forgot about it. It still haunts me. But, okay.
Well, here are some behaviors that are most commonly observed by travelers,
Yeah.
and they didn't like.
Let's see.
Reclining seat without asking. Do you ask when you recline your seat?
No, this is my seat. Mind your business.
I mean, granted, I'm not going to go just start throwing it back, like I'm at the club. It's a slow recline.
They
I'm not
don't
going to
go
ask you
far
for a
enough
slow
back
recline.
to even bother anyone. Like the distance is like this. It's like
Yeah.
4 inches.
Yeah. It's less than 90 degrees of a move. It's very acute, I think.
It's pretty
You
cute.
do it. Yeah. Thank you. Loud phone use in terminal is another one.
That is
I
annoying.
think that translates to outside the airport too.
That
But
could be anything. Yeah.
would you prefer someone to be on the speakerphone or on the phone and headphones? If you had to sit there and listen to the conversation, which would you prefer?
Oh, so you're saying like so I can hear both sides at least, or just hear them
Yeah.
on the phone?
Mhm.
Nah, I think they should still use their headphones.
So you only hear one side of the conversation.
Yeah, because then I can guess what the hell the other person is saying, and I can like say what I would say. I can role play it.
Oh, you're just busting out your improv. You're like, hey,
leaves
baby,
space for
come
me.
here, come here, come here.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's the trick. Don't deny. This is like just airport games.
Exactly. You can have fun with it.
Yeah, I prefer them to be on speaker. If you're gonna do it, I need to hear both sides of the conversation because it's never they're never regular conversations. It's always something juicy or something work related, and they put it on like when they take the calls. It's never like, hey, so what do you want to eat tonight, babe? All right, cool. Like it's never that conversation.
Nobody
It's like
wants to do that at the airport. It's like
no.
it's a critical phone call.
It's always, I can't believe what she said. She was such a bitch. Oh my God, no, she didn't. No, she didn't. And it's always the most intense conversation. And I don't know like who has those in public, but people do.
People do. There's this dude losing his shit, cursing on the phone, and then he grabbed his bags and he like ran out. It's like something bad happened to that guy. Like I don't know what. There's another
Yeah.
girl with a full-on headset. She was knocked out the entire time next to me on the plane. And then as soon as she got out, she popped on her headset and she was talking her whole way out. I'm like, damn, this girl's legit, dude. She brought a ones with the little mouthpiece, the little black mouthpiece that comes around that like wiggles. It's pretty legit. Something that is bad etiquette that I will bring up that I forgot until right now. When people jam their like legs into your chair. There was like a little girl sitting behind me and she kept like putting her feet up on the back of my chair and like trying to like wiggle them in between the crack. And I like looked at her, like I mad dogged her like 3 times and her little friend, like, stop it. But I didn't say
Yeah.
anything. I just looked at them super mean and they didn't stop, actually.
Nope.
I just put up with it because like, I don't know, I'm gonna get in a fight with some little kids on their way to Hawaii. I don't want to be that guy.
People who take their shoes off at
Can't
the
do it.
airport, I don't like that either.
You have to be wearing
How-
socks at the airport too.
How dare you do that? I have a rule, which is you're not allowed to wear flip flops unless you were at the beach
Right.
or you're taking out the trash. That's the only time ever you're allowed to wear flip flops. And when you wear it out traveling, people used to wear suits when they flew. People used to wear suits when they used to do degenerate things in Vegas. And now it's just cut off jorts and flip flops. And you're flying in a not Boeing necessarily, but a $1 million vessel. And this is your best that you do? I'm not even looking for your best. I'm just looking for I'm going to put on shoes and pants.
Look, I was wearing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was wearing sweats. I've joined the culture. If you can't beat them, join them. Okay, but
Uh,
I'm wearing closed-toed shoes and socks, and I'm clean and I smell nice. I think that's what I at least bring to the table. I saw some people out there wearing just like slides with no socks, and I'm like, you disgust me. To be honest, I was judging them really hard, dude.
Good. You should. I shouldn't have to see your feet.
An interesting point my girlfriend made up is she's like, look, Europeans always dress nice for the airport. And I was like, really? I didn't really think about it. And she pointed out somebody. It's like, look, she's wearing a scarf and like little boots and jeans. I was like, huh, maybe you're onto something. Because, yeah, I think Americans don't care anymore. We're just there for the comfort.
Well, they're very polite too. I watched the first episode of Conan traveling. I don't
Mm.
know, like I forgot what the show is called, but it's on Max.
I've seen a
And
few of those. This is good.
he's in Norway, and they're the most polite people ever. And it was very jarring to watch. And they were so kind, and they were so honest,
It's
and
weird.
we're just fucking idiots. All of us Americans. We're just dumb people. Next thing that is on the list is putting bags on seats in the terminal is poor etiquette.
I would also agree with that because it's like we all
Hmm.
need somewhere to sit, especially if there's like nobody there. That's fine, but if there's people, it's kind of messed up. Actually, a tangent to that too. When we were getting on the plane to come home, we did not
Hmm.
check in early, so we were at the back end of the plane. Like, and they're like, "Hey," when they called us, they're like, "C 1 through 30. You know what,
Oh,
guys? It's gonna be all
somebody
middle
flew
seats."
south.
Yeah,
Somebody flew
it
Southwest.
was Southwest, and I really liked it. I
Yeah.
like Southwest, but she's like, "Hey, it's gonna be all middle seats. Don't even play
Hmm.
games. Just sit where you can. If we see you skipping
Hmm.
seats, we're gonna yell at you, right?"
Yeah.
And so we went. We checked it out anyway. We went all the way to the back of the plane, and we saw 2 seats, and there was this girl sitting on the end by the window, and there was a bag in the middle. And I'm like, and we asked her, "Is somebody sitting there?" She says, "Oh no," and she moves her bag. I'm like, "Why are you playing, dude? You know, don't act like there's not 2 seats next to you that are open by putting your bag there. Like, people need to sit. Don't be like
Yeah.
that. You know?"
Yeah. I just say is someone. Yeah. I would be even more assertive. I'm like, is anyone sitting next to you? Because if the answer is no, get that shit out of here.
Oh, we absolutely did. I said, "Oh,
Go
okay,
on,
we're
get.
sitting here." You
Yeah.
know, but it's just
Just
like,
get.
why are you pretending?
Hmm. Well, in the event you and your girl didn't sit next to each other, would you ask to trade seats with somebody to sit next to your girl?
No. She's probably listening. I don't know. Maybe she really wanted to sit next to each other.
Sure.
Um,
No, wait, but in the event
yeah.
that you're flying Southwest and you got to break up the party, do you ask to trade seats with somebody?
So that we can sit next to each other, like see
Hmm.
if somebody's down. I
Yeah.
guess, but I don't think I would be like asking around. Like,
Nah,
I wouldn't
that's
be
rude,
willing
dude.
and dealing too hard, dude. I would just take one shot and then, all right, babe. Well, you know what?
That's
Be
rude.
strong. Take a nap. She wanted me to sit next to her because she's all like cuddling on me and falling asleep on me. I didn't fall. I didn't. I was on my phone the whole time, just playing games and listening to music. You know, my AirPods
Hmm.
died because I was putting in so much work. So, I was like just grinding.
Yeah, you don't switch seats. I'm sorry.
I don't
Uh,
think so.
No, if we're in different seats, we're in different
I
seats.
don't like
You
bothering
got
people,
no.
but I mean, you know what it's like.
Where do you prefer to sit? In the three-seater, window,
Aisle,
aisle, middle,
aisle, all day.
aisle? Hmm.
Because I want to stick my knee out, dude. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Because then you can live in the aisle. Like the middle kind of sucks. I sat in the middle, I think, both times, actually. Yeah. The window is fine, but it's like I don't really
Mhm.
want to see. You do have a power over the people sitting next to you, though. You can close or open the window, right? Because my girlfriend was upset because the window was closed and she couldn't see out of the plane, and I'm like, I don't care. But she was bummed because she's like, I can't even see, and I'm like, babe, I'm not gonna start something with this lady who's asleep right
Yeah.
now. I'm just gonna leave it, you know.
I felt the same way when because I haven't gone window seat in a while, and the
Yeah.
people always have it closed. I'm like, come on, dude, open it up. But I didn't have the balls to say anything either.
Yeah.
I prefer aisle because I always have to use the bathroom and go number one. And I don't like having to ask people, can I squeeze by you?
So
Is it
annoying.
is it okay? Is it okay? I don't mind middle if my homie is sitting next to is on the aisle. I don't
Okay,
mind middle then
because
because
then you
then
can
it's
get
like
in now. You can
then
bottom.
you got to get up
Yeah.
and I will put my ass in your face with no apologies. That's fine. But when it's
Yeah.
somebody I don't know, I gotta reel back a little bit, and I always get a little self conscious. I'm like, I don't know.
I'll just hold it a little longer. Maybe they'll wake up. I'm always I don't like waking people up. What do you think about airplane
Mhm.
bathrooms? I think they're interesting because they're so efficient. You know, everything is so small and like you just like how can you make a space? It's like those tiny homes
Mhm.
on TV.
I will never not be shocked by the velocity of how hard that
Yeah.
toilet flushes.
Oh yeah.
It always scares me. I it scared me the first time I flew. It scared me the last time I flew, which was it's fucking mad loud and it freaks me out. And I don't know why it still does that to this day, but it still does. And it scares me,
It's
dude.
like shooting it out to space, or maybe it's just like obliterating it on the way out. You know, it's just and
I
it just
feel like
turns into dust.
if I were sitting on that taking a shit, it would pull out my colon.
Yeah, yeah. I don't courtesy flush on airplanes because you don't know what can happen with that thing. There's a lot of
Like
suction.
it's going to pull out my innards. Just
Yeah,
the bawoosh that's gonna happen, and it's gonna just gut me,
you'll be
and
on
it's
the
gonna just
news.
pull me inside out, and I don't need that. That's
No,
why I don't crap in public places to begin with, but even more so on a plane.
I opened the door on somebody who was in the bathroom on the airplane. Okay, this
Uh
morning
huh.
I get up, I see there's a little light. It says, "Hey, if it's not red, it's open." Okay, so I walk in the back. I slide the thing open and someone's like, and they immediately close it. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
sorry, dude. I don't know. Oh, here's the thing. Here's the catch. The lights. So I waited. Okay, I got in an open seat. I'm
Yeah.
chilling. The other opposite person leaves. Okay, I go in that one. The lights don't turn on until you lock the door. So what the fuck was that person doing in there to not like? You know what I mean? The lights weren't even on in there,
It's the
and
Self Mile High Club. He's beating off.
I think he was, dude. But it's like, wouldn't you want the lights on for that too, or like to lock it? Like
Nah,
that
dude.
person was nuts
This dude's setting the stage. This guy, very sensual.
for the
There's people
ambiance.
like
Maybe they
that.
were sleepy. They didn't want to turn the lights on and like break up their drowsiness. But I was like so shook when I
Mhm.
opened the door and somebody was in there and they slammed it. I was like, it startled the hell out of me, dude.
Not too long ago, I went to we were at some bar in the Silver Lake Echo Park area, and then I went to we were eating. It was after last call, so it was closed, and then we went to the bathroom at the gas station right across the street,
Okay.
and I asked the attendant, the garçon, and I was like, "Hey, can I use your restroom?" And the guy says, "Yeah, go for it." I go open the door, and this chick is sitting on the toilet. And I'm like, you of all people should be more aware of the lock button because, I understand when you have to jimmy the lock or something like that.
Mm,
It wasn't the case because when I went, I was able to lock it just fine. It's very jarring to see a woman you don't know sitting on the toilet.
for
I don't
sure.
like that. I didn't like that, and it sets the stage. It sets the precedent for so many things, which is like I didn't want to see that. What do I tell people? Do I look like a creep? I
Yeah,
don't
you're
even
about
know
to get
what's.
locked up, bro.
It,
The hell out of there.
Everything just started shooting off my brain like a million miles per hour. I'm like, I don't know, and I just turned my head. And when she left the restroom, I didn't look
Look
her in the
down in
eye.
shame.
I looked down. I can't do. I
Yeah.
can't look at you.
You open the
This
door on
is
a chick, you need to just leave the premises, dude. Because I don't want to catch any drama when she comes out and she's ready to go. You know?
I didn't like that.
Mm-mm.
Well, hey, Justin Timberlake in the news. How about that?
Dude, I'm loving all this celebrity hot goss. I did see this.
There was I in New York City driving drunk, and like um it's always the thing of why not pay an Uber uh
Yeah.
to drive drunk, but I feel there's rumors that he has a drinking problem.
Dude, he's down bad, I guess. I
Hmm.
mean, he's kind of like bored lately, but it's like, doesn't he have a driver? I would think, isn't he rich enough to have. He's got to be like filthy rich still, I would think, unless he has like a gambling problem or something. But it's like,
I
He
don't
could just
know.
hire someone to drive him around every day. Like, why is he even doing that? Or get an Uber Black. Like, what the hell, dude?
What is? I mean, I know he's Justin Timberlake, but what's the value add for Jessica Biel? Because I feel like maybe a year or two ago he was caught cheating or texting someone, and Jessica Biel is Jessica Biel, seventh heaven. You know, like she was
Yeah,
Bae forever. She still
she is
is,
fine.
and you know, like she stood by him then, and she's standing by him now with this whole like potential DUI because he didn't take the breathalyzer. He just hit him with the little NSYNC bye 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 move and got out of there.
I mean, his net worth is 250 million. Okay, but she's got her own money. She doesn't need him, dude. I don't
Hmm.
know. I don't know if he's just a really good in the sack. Like, I don't know, dude. Maybe he's got some moves because I don't know what else. Do they
Well,
have kids?
they have two kids. Yeah,
Mm, maybe she's just like a family woman. You know, she's committed.
I guess
I
so.
still think she could do better.
There was the whole thing of him being shocked that the cop didn't recognize him because the
That's
cop was too young.
hilarious. I know. I heard about that.
That's a very jarring moment for a celebrity, I am
Yeah.
sure, which is like Justin Timberlake was on the high in 1999 and all of the 2000s and 2010 with, being solo from NSYNC to solo.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some people with staying power. We know who those people are. Beyonce, who are just as old as Justin Timberlake, but they have staying power. This guy in New York City, he wasn't in Kentucky or some small podunk town. He's in New York City and he didn't recognize Justin Timberlake. And Justin Timberlake's like, the fuck?
I'm kind of surprised though. Like,
That probably sobered him up right real quick.
yeah. I mean, I guess like he hasn't come out with anything in a while, so it does kind of make sense. But it's just he's probably so used to just everybody knowing who he is for the last like 30 years, you know. So this is gonna start happening to him more and more, I think, though, because he's
Well,
falling from relevance.
didn't he have to cancel his arena tour too because it wasn't selling? I know J Lo had to do it.
A lot of people are doing that. I heard that Pearl Jam just did that too. They're cutting ticket prices, dude.
Well, you
So
can't.
everybody's feeling it.
It's it's a look at Taylor Swift and Beyonce do it. We can do it too. And it's like, nah, dude, your fan base is old and they're more smarter with their money than a bunch of fucking 20-year-olds who are putting liens on their houses or cars to get Taylor Swift tickets. No one wants to sit in an arena.
No,
Like,
I don't either.
I
I'm
don't want
looking
to
at
do
this
it.
article about Jessica Biel. I just wanted to see what she like looks like now, if she was on video or anything. Not really.
Still looking
She
good though,
looks
right?
pretty good. Yeah, she still looks
Hmm.
pretty good. Justin Timberlake doesn't look great though.
He looks like Justin Timberlake.
I think
But like the
he,
old version of him.
well, I think he just needs to like. His hair was looking messy, dude. That's his problem,
Hmm.
and that'll do it, dude.
You were in Chicago for Father's Day,
Yeah,
right?
my dad is furious. Not really.
Was he?
Nah, but I didn't make it up to him. I didn't like realize this. My girlfriend made the plans, and I didn't realize that it was Father's Day
Hmm.
while I was there. So we already had it all booked and stuff, and I just texted him like, "Damn, hey dad, I just realized this weekend's Father's Day. My bad, bro." Yeah,
Remember high
we'll go out
school?
to eat.
Do you
Yeah,
remember high school?
this is payback.
It's payback. If I ever become a father, I don't want anything on Father's Day. Just leave me alone. I don't want to
Oh,
do
you're
anything.
like that kind, like you just want
Yeah,
like a you day.
if I'm a father, I have to be around for everything, right?
Yeah.
Leave me alone on Father's Day.
Well, you
Don't
could be like
do
one
anything.
of those like absentee fathers who's just like not around. They do that too.
No,
That's an
don't tempt me with a
option.
good time. Don't tempt me with a good time, dude. I might take you up on that offer,
Yeah,
but no, I feel like if you're, it reminds me of the "Be a Hero" campaign by Being a Dad. It's like you be the bare minimum of.
right.
It's like wearing shoes to the airport. It's the bare minimum to show up for your kids, but. If you're a parent and you're always there for your kids, if this is my day, it's my day. Get out of my face. Go
Yeah.
leave.
You're going
Get the
fishing.
hell out of my face, kids. I don't want to see you.
You
This is
wanna
my
you wanna
time.
play Call of Duty like the good old days and not be bothered.
Speaking
get
of
it.
which, I finished Alan Wake 2 finally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's scary.
Is it
I was
good?
like I was
Is
stressed
it
out
worth it?
playing it. I think so. It was really good. It was really good. Well, I say this because there is a list of the top 40 dads on TV, and I feel like maybe you want to take a crack. I want, I want only top 10 answers. I'm not gonna scroll through all 40.
Oh, of all
But
TV shows ever or right now?
according to this list, it's who are the top dads on TV, and we can do a draft on top TV dads too, because there are some very good TV dads. But
Yeah.
I'm sitting on a list right now. If you want to take a guess of who is in the top
Who's a
10,
good
who would it be?
dad on TV? Let's think for a minute. It's got to be like family shows where it has them like, raising the kids and being good. The first one that I think of was like Al Bundy, but that's the wrong kind of dad, right?
Not
You
on
know
the
what?
top
Al
10.
Bundy.
Not on the top
Is he in
10.
the top 40?
Uh, let's see. Number 22 on this list, Married to Children,
All
Al
right.
Bundy.
Cool. Okay,
So
cool.
you got that, but you're not getting credit because I'm looking for top 10 answers.
Top 10.
And chat, feel free to play along too if you want to do this on the list. I'm not going to give the source out. I'm looking at the list of top 10 dads, and you can even say who do you think is the top 10 dad on TV.
Top 10 dad on TV. I'm just thinking like sitcoms. I'm going to say Ray Romano.
Ray Romano.
Does he have kids in the show?
He does have kids in the show.
Okay,
Yeah, he has kids. He's full, and his hot Republican wife now. Not top 10 on this list.
We got one in the chat. Homer Simpson. He's a good dad too. He tries. Not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Well, hey, high five to you for saying Homer Simpson number 10. Homer Simpson.
Oh, cartoons count. Okay. Oh, well,
Cartoons
I'm glad,
count.
that's an option now.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I mean, Peter Griffin. I don't think he's as good as Homer though.
Not top 10. No,
Wow.
sorry.
Jesus, who are these people? Who's the number one dad on TV?
The
How am I
number
missing
one
this guy.
The number one dad on this list in TV is Andy Griffith from the Andy Griffith Show.
Oh, yeah, he's a good dad. That's true. I was thinking, what about the one from Home Improvement?
Number 2, Tim Allen, Tim the
Damn.
Toolman Taylor. Number 2.
Okay. So this is going back.
You got that. Mm-hmm. Number 3.
Hmm.
You want to take a guess on this one? I'll give you a hint. Not his quote, but cut it out. That TV show.
Oh, wait, what is that? Cut it out.
Cut it out. That's a line. Okay, how
I've
about
seen it.
how rude?
Oh, that's Jar Jar Binks.
No.
How wooed. All right, give it to me.
How
What is it? Cut
rude.
it out.
Come on, dude. Whatever happens, it's not a TV. Oh God.
Dude, I'm dying here, man. I'm floundering.
Full House. Bob Saget as Danny Tanner, number 3.
Man, I don't watch Full House, bro. You know this, dude. Okay, Growing Pains, dad.
Growing Pains, Dad, not number 10, not top 10. I'll run to the list with you
hit me.
because you're just whiffing, dude.
I'm not I'm not a sitcom dude, man. I don't know.
My Three Sons, Steve Douglas. Never watched that show. That sounds lame. The Brady Bunch, Mike Brady.
Yeah. I like the Brady Bunch too. That's true.
Well, there is I'm sorry, but you don't resolve problems by building houses of cards. Like
This is true.
the Brady Bunch was a very kind of I mean, I think it was kind of progressive for its time because it was two parents coming together and with their own 3 kids, obviously the Brady Bunch and the youngest one in curls, and that was kind of iconic. But like they had a live-in maid, and she was a white lady, which is weird, Alice, and they that was kind of like a big thing. But they were also well behaved.
Yeah,
For
I think
coming
that was
together.
like the luckiest possible outcome they could have got. Because just like having 3 girls or 3 boys, either one, that's a house of chaos. I think
Yeah.
you need a little bit of balance.
Yeah, they all liked each other for the most part.
Yeah,
Marsha.
and it would have been weird. They're all like the same age. They're not blood related. There would have been some trouble there.
Jan hated Marsha because everyone talked about Marsha. Marsha.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's as the saying goes. It does
You
help
already
to have
know.
a live-in nanny though.
Alice, I know. and she loved the Butcher. See, I know Sam the Butcher. She was knocking boots at Sam the Butcher.
She had such a good
All this
disposition. You wonder
useless
why.
trivia I'm sitting on makes me feel really powerful right now.
We should do trivia, dude.
I'm fucking killing
I'll
it,
have
dude.
so I have some trivia in my head. It's just not about TV shows and stuff. You know,
Number 6, Dan Connor from Roseanne, John Goodman.
no idea.
Uh, I'm surprised he didn't grow up with TV. This is kind of really jarring to me. Number 7, Fresh Prince of Bel Air, Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil. But like, he wasn't his dad.
But he was a dad to Carlton.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not the main character, dude. I don't know.
No,
Okay.
he became the
He's like a
dad.
father figure to everybody.
He became the dad when he hugged Will after Will said, "How come he don't want me no more?"
That's when it all happened.
And that's
I've
when it all
never seen
happened.
that episode, so I couldn't.
Dude, you
I
need
believe
to
you.
get the fuck in front of a TV and start
I
watching,
was
dude.
watching
What did you do?
cartoons, and then I started just watching like anime and like Adult Swim as a kid, and that's all I really watched, man. Or I was playing games.
As long as you didn't say reading books, 'cause that shit's whack.
Reading's for
Number
dweebs.
8, Howard Cunningham, Happy Days. That's a good one.
That is a good
I
one.
I wasn't really sure about this one. Frank Costanza, number 9, from Seinfeld.
Come
George
on.
Costanza's dad.
He's not the best dad. He's terrible.
Yeah, he's
He's such a pain in the ass. That's the whole thing.
yeah. And then number
Stealing all
10,
the time.
Homer Simpson.
Wow. Those are some dads, all right.
Those are the dads. Like, do you have any TV dads you'd want to put up there? Or like, hey, like I challenge this list because I would probably take out the My Three Sons show.
The
What
dad
the
from
fuck is
Malcolm
that?
in the Middle.
Yeah, that's a
He's
good one. I like that.
like him,
Mhm.
and I think he had a tough family, and he tried his best. I think he was a good dad
And you know what? He loved his wife.
for all that she was.
He was like super bricked up for her every time too. Like he
Yeah.
loved her. Yeah, he was like
Nice.
the epitome of a good husband in a middling job.
You know,
No pun
Malcolm's
intended. Like
cool. Reese was kind of getting in trouble. You that little dopey one, the paste eater. He's gonna be problems, you know, but he still kept it together.
he did it, dude.
I like him.
Pretty chill dude. I can't find the story I had right here. What a shame. It was about this guy from Ohio. He had his lawyer license suspended because he was pooping in Pringles cans. That was the headline.
That is really weird.
His license is reinstated.
So they don't care. The state doesn't care if he's pooping in Pringle cans.
I guess not. Oh wait, here it is. Ohio attorney suspended over pooping in a Pringles can has license reinstated. Jack
Good for him.
Blakesley of Noble County finished serving a 6-month sanction that the Ohio Supreme Court imposed in November. The court said Tuesday that Blakesley had complied with the conditions, including no further misconduct, to get his license back. In November 2021, surveillance cameras recorded footage of Blakesley, a criminal defense attorney, dropping a Pringles potato chip can into the parking lot of a crime victim advocacy center. The can contained human feces. Blakesley's behavior called into question his fitness to practice law, and he's back, baby. He's doing it.
Is he back though? Because do you think anyone's gonna hire this fucking guy after they found out that he poops in Pringles cans and leaves them places? I wouldn't.
Well, I mean, they reinstated his license, and he started with, ladies and gentlemen, once you poop, you can't stop.
Maybe it was just an emergency, and he was going to pick up his mother-in-law after this, and he didn't want to have that poop can in his car. You
Well,
know,
it
he still
makes
should have found a trash can though.
the question is, do you shit directly into a Pringles can, or do you shit somewhere and then put it in the Pringles can?
That's even worse. But it's like, I don't want to get into this, but it's like, how do you can aim it, you can get it in there, I think. But if you miss or you bank shot it, then you're in trouble, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want,
Yeah.
it's so bad, dude. So this guy's a monster. I would hire this guy to mow my lawn. That's about it, dude. I think he's got to hang up his law books.
I mean,
think it's
if
happening
you
for
know
him.
what, I'm gonna say this: if he was able to get his license reinstated, I want him as a lawyer.
Because he's pleading his case. That's true. You know what?
He,
He knows how to fight.
beat- he won. He did something, came back and won. And I feel like if there's anyone who understands the law, It's the Pringle shitter over here.
He's got the ins and outs of the law down. That's a good point.
This guy's killing it. L.A. made the news.
Hmm.
Are you shocked?
As we
I'm
should.
not.
No, we should.
But I think you'll. Proud or embarrassed? You tell me. Secret Service agent robbed at gunpoint during Biden's Los Angeles trip.
Fuck, man. Come
A
on,
U.S.
guys.
Secret Service agent was robbed at gunpoint as President Joe Biden was visiting Los Angeles for a fundraising event over the weekend. The agent was returning from work Saturday night when he was accosted in a residential community in Tustin, about an hour drive southeast of Los Angeles, according to the U.S. Secret Service. Someone called the Tustin Police Department shortly after 9:30 p.m. to report the robbery. Police said that the agent had his bag stolen at gunpoint. The agent, who was not injured, fired his gun during the confrontation, police said. The Secret Service said they did not know if anyone was shot. Tustin police said Monday they had not found a suspect. Officers did find some of the agent's stolen belongings in the area. Police reported a silver Infiniti was seen leaving the scene.
Wow.
I have questions.
That's the last person that I would want to rob is the Secret Service agent because I feel like he's coming for your ass. He has the tools.
Why? Like, where was the fundraiser? Because who the fuck stays in Tustin?
That is a better question. That's true. What were they doing there?
In Tustin.
I guess he goes to like kind of weird random neighborhoods to try and get voters, but Tustin?
Well, I mean, it worries me because you're like, if you're Secret Service and this thing was in downtown LA, what are you doing staying an hour and a half away? It raises questions here to me. Unless this place was in Orange County, which, by the way, fuck Orange County. I don't know what you're doing in Tustin. Because is
Maybe it's
Tustin
like
even
halfway
LA?
to where they're going next time.
I think Tustin is Orange County.
I'm gonna look it up.
Look this up because I'm going to get even more pissed because then they put it under the umbrella of Los Angeles.
Tustin is like, yeah, it's like next to Irvine. It's pretty far down, dude.
Is Tustin Orange County?
I would say so. No.
According to
it's within
Wikipedia,
Los
Tustin is
Angeles.
a city located in Orange County, motherfuckers. I want a redaction on this news article
It
right
says,
here.
yeah, in Orange County, United States, within the Los Angeles metropolitan area. It's like, is it though? I don't know. You know what's funny? I had when I was on the plane, there was a guy sitting next to me, and I was asking him what the stadium was. And he says, that's the White Sox Stadium. I didn't know the White Sox were from Chicago. And I'm like, huh. I know you guys have two teams. He's like, yeah, but they're kind of. I'm like, are they like the stepchildren of Chicago? He's like, yeah. And he's like, you ever been to Angel Stadium? It's pretty nice. It's in LA too, huh? And I'm like, no. Fuck the Angels. They are not from Los Angeles, dude. They're from Anaheim.
Well, hold up. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
It's bullshit.
What is that? Why?
It's stupid. That's why. I don't know. Because they want to have the LA tag and be, sound like they have street cred and they're cool, dude. But we all know.
I want to bitch about and after the show, we post the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or however you get your podcast. So if you haven't done that already, subscribe and download.
Check it out.
We're gonna have a cool down after. So if you, when we record live, we'll have like 10 to 15 minute just cool down session that is only available on Twitch and YouTube on Wednesdays at 7:30, and we end at 8:30 ish, and we have a little cool down. But I want to bitch about it now on the show. Speaking about sports, because I'm going to come back to the Orange County thing, is I never understood. I mean, I understood why it happened, and this has bugged me for years, and I feel like I'm the only one that is affected by this, and it's an NBA thing. It is NBA coaches not wearing suits at the sidelines anymore on the court side.
I hate this.
Thank you. Normally I'm like, we should disagree for discourse and it'll be a fun interaction. Fuck disagreeing here.
Right.
It looks fucking lame when I see you in your Lululemon expensive sweater and your jeggings on a sideline coaching a bunch of millionaires while you are making millions. Class up the game. NBA, look at me. Coaches wear suits again.
I don't want them looking like they're playing golf. With that little weak-ass polo.
The long sleeve polo, I fucking hate. The short sleeve polo, lame. I hate when they wear windbreakers and they're wearing the I was watching Jason Kidd, you know, interview after the game,
Mm.
and he got even more casual. You couldn't have been any more comfortable than you were on the court side, but he finds a way to get more casual, and he looks like a member out of Public Enemy with his hipster glasses and being all old, like Public Enemy now. And it's like, wear a goddamn suit for the love of God. It's just, it's the right thing to do. It just looks better.
There should be a dress
And
code. It used to be
it,
implied.
it used to be, it wasn't even implied. It was like you had to do it. And then now everyone's like, like, I understand like fashion is changing for whatever reason. Like, but the coaches are not in their 20s and 30s, so I don't expect them to wear like traffic cones like Russell Westbrook and like make it a fashion statement.
Right.
You're a grown ass adult at 40 minimum. Wear a fucking suit when you're coaching.
It's not like they can't afford it. You know, get a tailor-made suit every time. I would have a dope suit every day. It's a joy. You get to wear a suit, look badass. You know, it's only a couple hours.
The athleisure and the sidelines, it fucking drives me nuts. It just looks so lazy. And you're the NBA is pushing to be a global game, and I don't want the global game to be pushed out there where the coaches looking like they're ready to go to Equinox.
They need to have some class. But unfortunately, I don't think this is going away, dude.
I don't like that. It's such a huge gripe. And now that NBA finals are over and the Celtics won, fuck the Celtics. It kills me. Even more so than the Celtics winning their 18th championship is
I
watching
hate
them
that.
wear fucking athleisure wear.
The
It
thing is,
is lame,
I think
dude.
if the coaches go back to suits, we're gonna lose like leggings. Everybody's wearing leggings, and like, what's worse? I don't know.
Like Monty Williams coached for a season, fired. He made $70 million,
That
and
is
he's
insane.
wearing a fucking Under Armour thermal. Ugh.
Do better.
I, do better, dude. I don't appreciate that at all. Back to Tustin.
Ah,
Stop
yes.
calling that area LA. That's the other thing now I'm on a roll here, which is Tustin is Orange County. Orange County robbed the Secret Service. Put it out there.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Orange County probably wants that anyway, dude. You know, because everybody thinks they're lame. So it's like, let them have it. That's
Yeah,
fine.
give them the street cred.
We
Here in
robbed enough
LA,
people in LA. We don't need it.
fucking I see those billboards and the buses drive by like every day. Orange County District Attorney prosecutes shoplifters. Stay out of our territory. I want to just rip them down. Prosecute this and just grab my nuts. Take a picture next to
Take
it.
it somewhere else. You know what that reminds me of? This is a random tangent. When I was in Chicago, I went to a jazz club called the Green Mill. It
Okay.
turns out this was Al Capone's favorite jazz club, and he would sit there like every day and chill, and he had his own booth. That's pretty fucking cool. I saw it.
That is cool.
Isn't that cool?
They're being a regular.
Yeah. I was like, damn, Al Capone used to chill here? This is dope. It's cool. You could just walk in. The bouncer was really mean, and they had
Yeah.
like old timey cash registers with like funky typewriter buttons on them, and all the fixtures were super old. It was just like it hasn't changed since Al was here. Pretty neat. Thug shit.
That is cool, dude.
A lot of
I
history there.
respect that.
Yeah.
It is. Do you feel good to be back though? Now you're
I feel
you're
so
back in
good, dude.
LA.
I do. I do want to go back though. Like, you know, her family was super welcoming. Shout out to them that they're still listening. Um,
Hmm.
you know, we didn't have to pay for a hotel at all because like we were at her family's house, we were at her friend's house. You know, we were back at her cousin's house. Like, you know, they had a for Father's Day. I guess it aligned with a like Muslim like holiday called Bairam, where they just like grub all day and like chill. So we had like a super Father's Day brunch where they made like a bunch of awesome shit, and it was just really cool, man. Very, very, very nice trip. I really liked it. And also, there's just like trees everywhere, and all the buildings feel like they're supposed to be there. You know, when you're
Hmm.
driving through LA, it kind of feels like, or not even out downtown, just like the general LA area. It feels like some of the neighborhoods were just like cobbled together, like randomly. Like stuff is just kind of wherever it was. Everything in Chicago feels like an architect designed it all with purpose. And like there's a lot of statues and like the landscaping is super good. It was just like really pretty city everywhere, even in the suburbs. It was really nice. So yeah, check it out, dude. It kind of felt like South Pasadena. A lot of brick and like trees and like old timey looking houses, but they all look really nice. It was just it's pretty great, dude. Yeah, I have good memories.
Hey, right on, man. Well,
Yeah.
it's good to have you back.
Thanks, dude.
That's a good place for a podcast to end. But hey, if you're listening to this live next week, sorry, if you're listening to the podcast next week, hang out for the cool down. But until then, Victor, where can I find us?
You guys, Weird to Live and Talk in LA. You can find us live every Wednesday at 7:30 on YouTube and Twitch. We're also on TikTok and Instagram, so show us some love.
My dudes. Victor, welcome back, man.
Glad to be back, dude.
Also, shout out to Spooky Anthony for filling in for you from League of Ridiculous Conversations. That dude's a legend.
Much
So
appreciated, dude.
stepped up. You
Real
know,
one.
he wasn't the step host. He was the host that stepped up for you while you were gone. So
Love that. Props
what up,
to him.
Anthony? All right, dudes. Podcasts. We'll see you next week. Peace.
I'm actually gonna cool down, dude. I gotta take this sweater off. I'm freaking hot.
All right, dude. And I was like, what a show, guys. Yeah. It's actually really hot. I don't know how you wore a hoodie the whole time.
Because I was wearing this bummy ass t-shirt and I just didn't really have time to like, not that you can even see it, doesn't matter. But I just was like, I got this Melvin hair going on, dude. Like I'm just feeling messy, so I threw on a sweater.
You know, the one thing I didn't mention on the show was I don't have my Apple Watch. I had to get the battery serviced.
Oh.
Check out the tan right there.
Damn, dude. Yeah, you got that
Dude.
white stripe, bro.
It's
Oof.
that I'm like appled out, dude. So like, yeah, my I have a sick tan line going on right now, and I have no watch, and I have actually like. You do have a watch. You just don't wear it. It drives me nuts not wearing a watch anymore. Like I'm waiting for my watch to come back because I fucking miss it.
Really? Yeah,
You know,
I
it's
don't
the
care
first
for it.
world problem I have is I hate notifications buzzing in my pants all day.
Yeah. I just
That's
put my phone on
annoying.
silent.
Well,
just check
you
when I
put on
check
silent, but you still vibrate, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true. The thing is, for me, I used to check my watch all the time whenever I would get a notification, and people started getting like, they would get annoyed that I'm checking my watch all the time, and then I'm always slapping my watch, and it's just like, I just ended up taking it off. I just took it off because I was like,
Yeah, I always do that.
weird. Yeah,
Yeah, it's always it's always aggressive too.
it's a good
It's
one.
like,
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
see, it's actually I've worn it so long that I've trained myself to not always look at it. So it's a nice little tap. I always put it on silent, but I'd feel the tap on my wrist, and it felt nice. And now I have it just buzzing in my pants, and I always it annoys me to this day. Like it's been day 4, so I turned in Saturday, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is day 4. Actually, I didn't work today, so it like wasn't a big deal. But when I put the phone in my basketball shorts, buzz, buzz, buzz,
Buzz. Yeah.
and the notifications go wild, dude. And I mean, it makes me realize I have to turn off my notification. I have to turn off more notifications because I keep being notified about cheesy burger pizzas at Papa John's, which sounds kind of chill.
Nuts, dude.
Twitter is a mad offender of notifications, and
Uber
it
sends
just
a lot of notifications too. You ever take an Uber? You get like 6 notifications for one ride. It's like, what is
Yeah.
this?
I,
It's too
I
much.
I don't like it. Just yeah, it's like, hey, he's almost here. Hey, your driver likes smooth jazz and easy listening. Hey, just let you know he's 1 minute away. Hey, did you know that there's a bike? You're getting dropped off in a bike lane. Be careful when you open the car
Yeah.
door.
We also do scooters. If you just, if you're thinking about it, it's like, no, fuck you. I'm waiting for my ride.
Yeah, I do appreciate, and on the vein of Uber, I appreciate when they say, "Oh, Sam, thanks you for the tip." I'm like, I got you, Sam. I like that
I
notification.
tipped my Uber driver today with reluctance. I didn't really want to, but I felt bad, so I did it.
Dude,
He
you
didn't
took
put my
the
bags in the car.
You took an Uber out of the airport?
No, we took like a bus to this other place, and then we took an Uber from there.
That's a
Uh,
life hack from your girl, huh?
yeah, but the thing
Yeah,
is
I
like you
thought
gotta
so.
give that dude some cash for the bus, and end up we kind of broke even. But it's just easier to get an Uber from not in the airport,
My
which is
ru-
the
my
key.
my rule of thumb now when I travel, I will take a taxi out of the airport.
Yeah, that's what she was saying
It's
too. Like they'll just bail on you. There's all these problems. I don't know.
yeah, like taking a taxi out of the airport is the best thing you can do because they're always posted up and they have like priority. Like Uber and
Yeah,
Lyft, you have to walk 9 miles down and go down one floor to go into the pickup spot in the airport or whatever, or you got to take a bus somewhere. It's like just take the taxi. Take the taxi. It's so much easier. We did that when we got to Vegas. When I got back, I took a taxi home. It was the easiest thing ever, and it's
mm,
just right there. And you don't say you're not. It's hard for me to believe now you're saving money on an Uber versus a taxi.
it's
And if
all
you're
the
saving
same
money, it's
shit.
like $5. It's the same shit.
Do you have to
Long
pay
or the
taxis like cash though? Like how do they? Do they have a kind of a card machine, right?
they take
I
card
would think
machines too.
so. It's like a modern system. I actually don't even know the last time I was in a taxi. It's been like a decade.
Hmm.
I should try because I hate doing the Uber Lyft thing. I always compare, and one's like $3 cheaper, but then it takes longer. It's like it's
Yeah,
so
getting a
stupid.
taxi from your home or from a bar, not easy. But
Mm-hmm.
getting a taxi from LAX or Burbank or from
Oh
any
yeah,
airport you land, it's easier.
they're right there.
In New York, I don't know if you know this, they have a they have people waiting for you at a terminal to kind of pick you up. And they're like, "Hey, do you need a ride to the city?" And they're kind of like they're following you, they're like
They're like
gypsies.
scalpers. Yeah, I don't like that.
And I'll always remember because someone told me when I first time went to New York, they said, whatever you do, just go straight to the taxi. Like don't stop for anybody because
Hmm.
they'll they're preying on tourists who don't know any better, and then they're like, "Oh, that sounds great," and then you pay infinitely more because I think when you go specifically from New York, and this happens from Vegas too, it's a flat fee
Hmm.
of like from the airport to the city.
Okay,
When you
that's
go
good to
somewhere
know.
else, it's a different story.
There's always somebody trying to scam. You know, it's like, God, man, give it a rest, you guys. You know,
Where do you put your phone in your pocket? Is it in your left pocket, your right pocket, or do you always change it?
right pocket unless I'm wearing my green shorts. My green shorts have a phone-sized hole in the right pocket, and I forgot about that when I put them on once this week. I put my phone in my pocket. It flew straight through. It hit terminal velocity and it smashed into my middle toe, and I like howled in the middle of their family house. I thought I broke my fucking toe, dude. I really did. I was like, oh my god. I went into the room and I just laid down. It was so bad. I'm
That's
a right pocket guy though.
right pocket.
Yeah.
Uh, well, you know my story. I'm supposed to be left-handed, so I do left pocket. I draw with my left. I draw my phone. I don't
Feels
draw because I
weird.
can't draw. Is it weird?
Yeah. I put my wallet in my left back pocket, but my phone is my front right because I'm like on it like this, you know?
No, back right pocket
No.
for me.
That's where my keys go, dude.
Dude, did you know this is our 27th episode?
Wow. The days are just flying by, man. I think this is actually a pretty good episode too. I feel good about it.
We
It's because I was feeling pretty fresh. Even though I've been up for like I don't know how many hours. I woke up at 2:30 and went back in time to on an airplane to fly here. So I think I've been up for like I don't even know. I can't even tell you. Yeah, I've been up for like 40 hours or something.
Yeah, so did you get into LA at 5 a.m.?
No, no, we got in at like 9, but no, I don't know. We I think we left. I think we got in at 9, but we left over there at 7. So it was a 4-hour flight, but because we were going back in time, we got here at 9. But I had to get up at like 4 or something. But it's 2:30 here, so it's 2:30 here time is when I woke up, and
Why
I've
would you
been up
pick that time coming back?
because my girlfriend is a masochist and she hates me. It's cheaper, but it's like, God, is it worth it? I don't know. I don't know, dude. Um,
Ah,
I told her next time, don't book these early flights without talking to me first, because I was like, just book it, whatever. I don't care. Like, I don't care what day. It's fine. Thinking she'll do like Wednesday at like 10 a.m., which is what I like, but she did the early birds, and it was pretty tough. It was tough on me.
We did the red eye to Orlando when we went to our Disney World trip, and that was great. I actually loved the red eye because we left at
Yeah, you leave like
plane took off at
1, 12.
11.
Yeah.
It's like a 5 hour flight across the country, and you fast forward 3 hours.
Yeah.
So we got there like at 7
You sleep
or
and you're up in the
8.
morning. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
You gotta take a nap though.
The airport coming, like the Orlando airport, I don't know what the fuck's going on with them. I thought they're Florida people, like Florida man, because they'd be on bath salts.
Mm.
It's the worst airport ever, I think.
Oh.
Everyone talks about LAX being the worst airport. They have one they have one area that we went to, and it was like 3 lines that fed into the one TSA check-in list, the
No
check-in.
way.
It we thank God we said we're going to leave early and get there, because I think it took us 2 hours to get checked in by TSA because of how slow they are. It was
That is not okay.
insane. That's not okay, and that's an international airport.
See, I can't do that shit, dude. Like, I don't want to wait in line, but I guess you have to get there early. I'm always like, do we really need 3 hours? Like, what's the big deal? But you know what? Like when we were leaving, when we got there at 3 in the morning or 3:30 or whatever, when we left, we needed that fucking time, bro, because it was so messy and crazy. Even at 4 in the morning, the airport's nuts in LAX. I'm like, God, man, what the hell?
And all the restaurants are closed too.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a couple coffee shops. I went to Earth Cafe. I got a coffee and a muffin or something. But yeah, I couldn't get like a pulled pork sandwich or a beer. The place is all shut down.
Yeah. I need like I'd rather fly red eye, not like 2 a.m. That seems like it's pushing it
That's
for
what I
me.
told her too. If I could just stay up and go, cool. I don't want to go to sleep for like 2 hours. That makes me feel bad. You know what's interesting? So I saw when we were in the train station over there, Union Station, they have a train called the Southwest Chief. And that is a train that goes from LA to Chicago. A train.
Oh yeah, there's
That's fucking
there's
cool, dude.
yeah, there's trains like
It
that that will
stops at the
go.
Grand Canyon.
No, I didn't know
And then
that.
and then you sleep through the East Coast. So like it's like you're awake the whole time to the Grand Canyon, and then you're knocked out through like I don't know whatever like New Mexico, Texas, and then you wake up in like I don't know whatever's around there. I don't know what states it is, like fucking Nebraska or something. But I thought that was really cool, and they have like little rooms you can rent out, but it's like $1,000, and I'm like, I don't know, never mind. I was thinking, man, if this is like cheap compared to the
Yeah.
airplane, I'm down,
Mm.
and maybe we can even sleep on
No.
the train because it's like a 40-hour train ride. But I
Yeah,
thought it'd be rad.
they're preying on people who are afraid to fly.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is.
Because it's not convenient at all. I mean, I will give you scenic if you stop at the Grand Canyon,
Yeah,
but it's not it's not a time save, and they're just preying on the fact that you are afraid to fly.
definitely afraid to fly. Yeah, I was thinking like, I mean, but you can get a regular ticket and just sit your ass down in a chair and just sit there for 40 hours. But that seems
Hmm.
pretty bad. Like I really need to be able to stretch out. But I think it would
I
be
want
really
to
cool to do that and like stop at the places and take your time.
I want to take a train to San Diego. I haven't done that. I've taken the train to Santa Barbara,
Mm.
but I want to take it to San Diego. I think that's because the San Diego drive is 2 hours long. The train is about
If you're
2 hours and
lucky.
20 minutes. Yeah, if you're
Sometimes it's
lucky,
longer.
2 hours and 20 minutes using the train to the San Diego,
That's great. I
and
would totally do that.
that's leg room. That's you can drink on it.
And you're
That's
like just
dope.
chilling out. Like you're just bullshitting. Like you can go to the
Hmm.
bathroom, bring some snacks. Like I love trains. I'm a big fan of trains. Um, the ones in Chicago are great too. Like I would take the train everywhere if I could, but they don't do that here.
I I've been watching like uh the behind the attractions on Disney Plus. They go like in Walt Disney is like he's really big on trains, and I was like,
Classic Disney
I
head,
that's
dude.
funny because I like trains too,
I
man. Like
love trains.
yeah, trains. There is something very soothing about a train
Yeah.
when there's the sound of the choo choo and the and you know what I'm really in awe is like is the fact that human beings like man like essentially built a railroad from LA to Chicago.
It's insane.
That's insane. Like the fact that that kind of work went into that, I like that's what makes like puts me in awe of like, oh my
Yeah.
God, that's insane.
I was talking to our little cousin when we were just there, and we were totally fine. We were just bored in the living room, but we were talking kind of like stoner thoughts. And I'm like, dude, did you think about like the settlers that like came here from like fucking Boston or whatever, like in a wagon? Like, can you imagine that trip, dude? That took weeks, like months
Yeah.
probably. How do you
Hmm.
even pack for that? You
Yeah.
know? God, I couldn't even do that in a car. That would be such a pain in the ass. These people were doing it in a wagon with like a horse. How do you get over the Rocky Mountains? Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, dude. Like the fact that someone put down like probably Chinese people because
Oh,
they're
for
the ones who built
sure.
it.
Yeah.
Like they did that. Like that's crazy, dude.
In the heat. So true,
Mhm.
man. Like with fucking cholera and
Hmm.
whatever else, dude, fighting off bears and shit. Like, who knows? That is the most hardcore shit.
Like Boston people, hey, it's my wagon, my wagon.
Did you get a new mic?
No, it's the same mic.
It's like purple now. It's like a periwinkle.
No, I've had it. I've never really showed it off right. It's a sticker I put on there, so it's been on there
Oh.
for the last like couple months.
It's
Thanks
really
for
cute,
noticing.
dude. Yeah, it's like a
Thanks,
nice
dude.
little. It's like an Easter mic or something.
It goes with the purple.
Yeah,
That's what I do, man. LA, represent.
Laker fan, dude.
Well, all right, Twitch, YouTube, good times, man.
Good
We're
stuff.
gonna.
Thank you to everybody who hung out and stuck with us. We actually do still have some people on Twitch chilling, dude. So
Oh,
you love to
uh,
see it.
yeah, took over from uh Kendrick.
Maybe Kendrick rated us. He sent his leftover viewers over here, dude.
We're gonna have to apologize to Kendrick later.
Yeah, we'll make
Post
a
your video to
statement.
Malort Shot on Instagram.
I will. I have to track it down. Actually, I wanted to see
Yeah.
how bad it was, but it was. I remember how bad it was, but I want the video, so I'll put
All
it up.
right. All
All right,
right,
dude.
Twitch. Later, Victor. I'm gonna get off too. All right.
Yep.